Well, the big story from Secret Invasion in the last week is one of the major MCU characters has been revealed as a Skrull. We're going to dive into that story right now and what Kevin Feige had to say about this, but you have been warned. If you don't want this revealed, it's time to click away. Let's dive in. Well, today's episode of Secret Invasion confirmed what was teased last week. And it's a pretty major spoiler, so here's a secondary chance to click away. Now, this week's episode finally fully confirmed that James Rhodes is indeed a Skrull and working for Gravix, a massive deal inside of the MCU. Now, Nick Fury put this together pretty early on when the Avenger called him Nick, but as the current president's advisor, War Machine remains a major threat, even after the S.H.I.E.L.D. director managed to rush the president to safety in this episode. Now, Cheeto had a lot to say about this, talking about how fun it is to play a Skrull in the cat and mouse game that's been going on with Fury, and how interesting it has been to play this type of character. But there is a major question on fans' minds, which is, how long has Rhodey been a Skrull? If you look back on that scene in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, his words can definitely take on a different meaning now that we know he's a Skrull, and Kevin Feige has chimed in on this, and it turns out he might have been a Skrull for a really, really long time. The king of all things Marvel actually said it was in the very early days when we pitched this concept to Don, and he was very much into it and into being able to play different sides of Rhodey that we haven't seen before. Feige went on to say that we will understand exactly how long he's been a Skrull, noting, quote, "We like the idea of fans going back and watching some appearances of Rhodey and realizing that wasn't him." Now, if you go back in time, Rhodey has only been in a couple projects recently, and it fully suggests that the version of Rhodes we got in Avengers Endgame was indeed that Skrull imposter. Looking at Avengers Endgame, that suggestion of going back in time and killing baby Thanos, which seemed a bit out of character for Rhodes, now has a completely different connotation, and quite honestly, I think he might have been a Skrull going all the way back to Civil War. Now, whether this undermines the death of Tony Stark in Endgame, I'm really not too sure. Stark sacrifice is Stark sacrifice, and this is exactly how comics pull the rug out from under people all the time, so I think it's rather fitting. Now, this also means that James Rhodes is likely in that facility with the rest of those captured humans the Skrulls are drawing memories from. I fully believe by the end of the series, Rhodey will be rescued, and this will be a major setup for the upcoming Armor Wars movie, making his battle against Tony's tech leaking tied much closer to him finding out his best friend is dead. Now, as the series progresses, I'm sure we're going to find out about some other Skrulls. I'm still wondering if Sharon Carter was a Skrull, and I do believe almost all of these answers will be revealed by the end of the series. But we're going to have to wait and see.